Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches to share with you from Glam Polish. Today I have their Mermaid at Heart collection, which is releasing June 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. This is a 10-piece collection. I did receive all 10 this time, so I have all of them to share with you. Glam Polish is an Australian-based brand. They do ship worldwide though for a very reasonable shipping price. All 10 polishes will be listed for $108 for the first 96 hours, and then after that it does go to the regular price of $120. In the description box below I will link Glam Polish's Instagram as well as their site, and I will also link my Instagram while I will have more swatches of this collection. And let's go ahead and get started. Sorry if the lighting is a little weird and like the setting, we just moved, so I'm not too sure how I'm going to be doing these videos just yet, but it will get there. So the first polish is called Mermaid Kisses and Starfish Wishes. This is described as a fuchsia jelly with pink, gold, green iridescent flakies, pink, purple, green iridescent flakies, and shifting iridescent micro glitter with fine holographic micro glitter as well. So here's what Glam's brushes look like. They are on the rounder side, but you can see it does have a flat-ish side. It's not very wide, but it does make application really easy. The stem is not very long. Oops. The stem is not very long, but it doesn't have any problem with running polish down it either. So here's our first coat of Mermaid Kisses and Starfish Wishes. Go ahead and let you know now that every polish in this collection has a phenomenal formula. Glam Polish does have one of my favorite formulas. Somehow they managed to cram all of these nice flakies and glitters into a jelly base and not end up with a super thick polish, so I am very grateful of that. So here's the second coat of Mermaid Kisses and Starfish Wishes, and for me this is completely opaque in 2 coats. Depending on your application you may need a third coat, but I do tend to do thicker coats. This dries to a semi-matte finish, so you will either want a glossy top coat to make it shine or a matte top coat, which I really love with all of these. So there's 2 coats. The next polish is called Wish Upon a Clownfish, and this is described as a watermelon colored jelly with a red, gold iridescent flakies, shifting iridescent glitter, and fine holographic micro glitter. This is definitely a bright, beautiful coral that is absolutely perfect for the summer. So here's our first coat of Wish Upon a Clownfish. Again, a phenomenal formula, easy to use, easy to work with. None of these run or pull or anything of that sort. I can get really close to my cuticles without having to worry about flooding as well. And this is so bright without needing a white base color. So here is that second coat of Wish Upon a Clownfish. And again, for me this covers completely in 2 coats, and again, depending on your application, since these are jelly polishes, you may want 3 coats or you may be okay with 2 coats. My nails are on the shorter side right now, so 2 coats is just fine for me. So there is 2 coats. Next up we have It's a Sure Thing, and this is described as a bright pink jelly with green to purple iridescent flakies, pink to purple to green iridescent flakies, and the fine holographic micro glitter. This collection is also cohesive because of that micro holographic glitter as well as the varying flakies. Here is just a quick comparison of the 3 pinks in this collection. So here we have Mermaid Kisses and Starfish Wishes, here we have Wish Upon a Clown, and here we have It's a Sure Thing. So you can see there is a wide range of pinks here. So here's our first coat of It's a Sure Thing. Once again, this has a fantastic, easy to work with formula. No running, no pulling, anything like that. You get a ton of those flakies out without having to do any shaking or holding the bottle upside down or manipulation of any kind. And for the most part they do lay flat. You will get these larger ones that will kind of stand out every once in a while, but for the most part they do lay flat. So here's that second coat, and this does cover completely in 2 coats. Again, you may need a third coat if you do thinner coats or if your nail line is very defined. And this does again dry to a semi-matte finish, so you will want a top coat either way. So there is 2 coats. Up next we have the Seaweed is Always Greener, and this is described as a sea green crelly with green to purple to indigo iridescent flakies, purple to blue iridescent flakies, fine holographic micro glitter, and iridescent micro glitter with a touch of turquoise micro flakies. This is a perfect sea foam green color, so beautiful. So here's our first coat of the Seaweed is Always Greener. Yet another phenomenal formula. I'm so sorry for all the background noise as well. We, again, are just getting into our new place. I have not quite established a place yet for doing my voiceovers. Anyway, this does have a fantastic, easy to work with formula. It's a little bit sheer here on this first coat, but here is the second coat of It's a Sure Thing of the Seaweed is Always Greener. And for me, this covers completely in 2 coats. You may want a 3rd coat if you have a super defined nail line. As far as difficulty to remove, for the most part, these were pretty easy. I did have every once in a while a flake and a glitter stick to my nail, but nothing a little elbow grease couldn't handle. So there is 2 coats. Next up we have Let the Sea Set You Free, and this is described as a teal crelly with pink to purple to green iridescent flakies and that fine holographic micro glitter. And here's a quick comparison of these 2 polishes. Here is Let the Sea Set You Free, and then here is the Seaweed is Always Greener. You can definitely see more blue, more green, more, teal, more turquoise. So really, really nice. Close, but not really at all. So here's the first coat of Let the Sea Set You Free. This one is totally beautiful on the nail. I mean, drop dead gorgeous. Again, perfect flawless formula, so easy to use. All of Glam polishes really are. As far as I can think of, nothing stands out in my head that hasn't been absolutely just a joy to work with. So here is the second coat, and this does cover for me completely in 2 coats, but once again it is a jelly polish, so depending on your application and preference you may opt for a 3rd coat. Again, it does dry down to a semi-matte finish, so you will want either a glossy or a matte top coat just to make it go either way. So there's 2 coats. And I'm so sorry if I sound a little bit froggy. It is still very, very early here. The next polish I have for you today is Life is the Bubbles, and this is described as a bright azure blue jelly polish with green to purple to indigo iridescent flakies, green to purple iridescent flakies, and fine holographic micro glitter. So here's our first coat of Life is the Bubbles. How cute of a name is that? I am sorry for sounding like a broken record, but this has a great formula. Really easy to work with. As you can see, I am able to do thicker coats without making an absolute mess. This polish, actually all of the polishes in this collection, really just stay where you put it. It's really, really nice. It's kind of, refreshing in a manner. But see just how I got those larger flakes? Those will stand up off of your nail just a touch. 1 to 2 coats. A top coat will take care of that completely. So here's that second coat of Life is the Bubbles. This does cover for me completely in 2 coats, and this is one that I don't believe anybody would need a 3rd coat with, but I'm not entirely sure depending on how you apply. So there's 2 coats. Next up we have Just Keep Swimming, 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 and this is described as a sapphire blue jelly with pink to purple to green flakies and a fine holographic micro glitter. So here's our first coat of Just Keep Swimming, Swimming, Swimming. And does anybody else want to sing that name? This one covers really, really well on this first coat considering it is a jelly polish. It does have, again, a lot of those flakies and a lot of those glitters that you get out. Makes for a little bit of a difficult removal, nothing crazy. It's not like a full-on glitter, but it is just, it's not as easy to take off as a cream is. And again, for the most part, they will lay smooth. So there's our first coat, and here's our second coat of Just Keep Swimming, Swimming, Swimming. This one does cover completely for me in 2 coats. I would say across the board for just about anybody, this would cover in 2 coats, thick or thin coats. Also, I wanted to note that this did not stain me, though this is a color that tends to stain in general. So there is 2 coats. Next up we have the Tide is High, and this is described as an indigo jelly with blue to purple iridescent flakies, green to purple iridescent flakies, and a fine holographic micro glitter. So here's our first coat of the Tide is High. Again, this is a jelly polish, so it is pretty sheer here on this first coat, but very easy to work with. You can see just how easy it is to manipulate this. And all of those glitters in there just kind of stay where you put them on your nail. You don't have to do any kind of manipulation to place them or anything like that. And they do all lay generally flat. So here's our second coat of the Tide is High, and this is going to cover completely in 2 coats for me. Depending on your application, you may want a 3rd coat with this one, but in general, I think this is, for the most part, a 2-coater. You get so many of those flakies out on each swipe without having to do any like bottle shaking that it's just super, super impressive. So there is 2 coats. Next up we have Dream Big Little Mermaid, and this is described as a dark purple jelly with a pink to purple to green, as well as a blue to purple iridescent flaky, and that same fine holographic micro glitter. So here's our first coat of Dream Big Little Mermaid. This one covers really well in this first coat considering it is a jelly polish. You will also get a ton of these flakies and glitters out with this, giving it a real 3-dimensional look. You don't have to do any kind of shaking, holding the bottle upside down, or anything like that to get the glitters out of here either. They are well suspended. And for being such a dark polish, I experienced no staining with this one either. So there's our first coat, and here's our second coat of Dream Big Little Mermaid. And for me, this covers completely in 2 coats. Again, it's a jelly polish, so depending on your preferences, you may want 3 coats. It will definitely give it more of a deeper look to it, but I don't think it's entirely necessary. So there is 2 coats. And lastly, we have Secrets in the Sand, and this is a clear base, and it has a pink to purple to green flaky, a green to purple flaky, a blue to purple to green to flaky, a green to purple to indigo iridescent flaky, and that holographic micro glitter. I never would have been able to say that on my own. I really appreciate Glam Polish for sending me this color description. And here's our 1 coat of Secrets in the Sand, and I did opt to show this over a black cream polish. You get so many of these flakies out, and all of the holo mixed together, it really gives it a nice 3-dimensional look to it. This would be really, really nice in a jelly sandwich as well. This dries down to a semi-matte finish and absolutely no texture to it. So there is 1 coat of Secrets in the Sand. So, per the usual, it was really, really hard for me to pick a favorite from Glam Polish. I do have 3 that stood out to me. The first one is Secrets in the Sand. The topper, this is so freaking beautiful over a black, and then over really blues. Everything that I've tried this over is just absolutely phenomenal. The second is Wish Upon a Clownfish. I really, really love coral polishes and pink polishes in general, and I feel like the addition of the flakies in here is just so beautiful and so like aquatic almost. I mean, I understand that this whole collection is aquatic and like, you know, mermaid themed, but something I've never associated a pink or a coral with, you know, the ocean. I don't know, maybe. So I feel like that's why I really, really love this one. And the last one was such a big shock to me. Dream Big Little Mermaid was another favorite of mine, which, as you know, I'm not a huge purple fan, but this is so deep that it's just, it's beautiful. I don't have anything like this, obviously, and it's just so freaking gorgeous. I mean, and that is it. That is the entire collection. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Let me know what your favorite was if you plan on picking any of these up. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I'll talk to you again next time. Bye.